Hello, and welcome to the Energy Connect studio at ADIPEC 2023. I'm delighted to have once again at the studio Rinat Batyrshin, Business Line Director Evaluation at SLB. Well, it's so good to see you again.
Good morning, Julian. Thank you for having me in Energy Connect studio again, a year later.
Now, in the years since I've seen you, what advances have you seen in your evolution portfolio?
SLB and evaluation is all about innovation, and other side of it is it's about measurements. Measurements, this is what we do for 100 years, and measurements, this is what we do best. And this year was not an exemption, so we were coming up with the new things on the measurements space. A few weeks ago, we launched a new sidewall coring platform called SureRock.
Yeah.
So SureRock is a wireline sidewall coring tool which is taking the performance in a hostile environment to the new level. So with sidewall coring, it's always challenging to take good quality cores in a hard rock or in unconsolidated formation. So SureRock, with unique hardware capabilities and some digital controls in place, is actually giving you almost 100% assurance that your core will be collected in any kind of environment. Hard rock, unconsolidated, or high overbalance as well. Other side of the spectrum, I'd like to talk about production and recovery, and here evaluation also can bring a lot of value. There is a platform in evaluation called ThroughBit. ThroughBit is wireline, all the wireline type of sensors you need in open hole, but it has unique features in terms of deployment. So you can deploy it on drill pipe, you can deploy it in memory mode, you can deploy it in horizontal section. And latest developments with ThroughBit are adding high quality advanced measurement which were not available before, such as advanced dipole sonic and imagers. And imagers which are working in oil-based mat and water-based mat as well. And since we have these measurements available, we are able to make impact into evaluation to stimulation workflow. So there is a workflow where you're gathering wireline or LWD data and you are providing input into stimulation job design. And what it gives you, since you are using exact conditions of your well, stimulation job design is coming like as an optimal with a maximum impact on production. So E2S or evaluation to simulation workflow has a lot of future, a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And the market we are targeting today will be China, has big unconventional space there. Middle East is another place where it will have a lot of application. And of course, US land as well. I mean, one of the biggest unconventional market. So we have a lot of expectation on this workflow. And again, it's not about sensor. It's not about going in the well, collecting the data. It's about coming up with a solution, with a complete workflow where data is utilized all the way to make a production impact. Open hole data, production impact. I mean, this is ideal world for me, being in evaluation.
Great, well, it sounds like a busy year you've had.
Yeah.
Now, can you also share a bit more about what your evaluation team is doing to advance emission reductions in its operations?
So in SLB, the whole company on this mission to reduce emission. I mean, we're a technology company, so we're making impact into emission reduction with technology. Yeah, of course, there are a lot of things we're doing to optimize our internal efficiency and reduce internal emissions, but big impact is coming from us providing what we call transition technologies to the customer. So we have certain set of technologies which are going through qualification process to qualify that we are able to save certain CO2 emission for the customer. So if impact is big enough and impact is easy to prove and easy to audit, if I can say that, we qualify this technology. So we have total 34 transition technologies in SLB. So it's quite a big list.
Yeah.
And it's making impact already today. 700,000 tons of CO2 we are saving per year with our transition technologies. You might say number is not that impressive, it's not that big, but we are still at adoption stage. So as we adopt the transition technologies, this impact will grow and it will be much bigger. Transition technologies from evaluation side, I'll just maybe bring a couple of examples.
Sure.
We have a platform called Optic. So Optic is a special type of cable which has a fiber installed in it. And by having this type of cable deployed in a well, you can eliminate completely your borehole seismic run. So you're doing your long evaluation jobs, 6-7 runs, exploration well, let's say, and you can eliminate completely one run, saving days and hours at least. That's transition technology, optic. More complex application of transition technology, I'd like to mention Aura. We're talking about Aura last year. So Aura is our newest generation of wireline formation tester. But Aura has unique capability of deep transient testing, we call it. So it can almost replace DST under certain conditions. So you minimize your time you spend to evaluate your reservoir in exploration setting, especially near field exploration. But Aura as well not only has this unique hardware capabilities, like can pump for days with a high rate and all that, but it has also a lot of digital capabilities built in. So what eventually happens, customers today with Aura as a transition technology are able to cut down the cycle time from like 5-7 years to 2 years. And it comes with a lot of saving in terms of emission as well. You can imagine 3 years of E&P activities. If they completely removed from the system, how much emission reduction we can achieve? The numbers are huge, So impact is big.
Absolutely. And I mean, what I'm getting there is, digital is going to be a key driver of emissions reductions. And, you mentioned a few there, but any other breakthroughs you want to talk about that might be coming down the line as well?
Yeah, I think digital is a future. Everything is digital, and it will be more digital as well. So for emission reduction specifically, we can look at digital from maybe 2 points of views. One, digital brings a lot of internal efficiencies. It's changing the way we do things. So in evaluation, for example, with digital capabilities, we're able to automate our wireline measurements. The wireline run, when it's fully automated, it takes 20% less time than if it's run by human. Humans are making mistakes, and humans are not that efficient as machines under certain conditions, right? So efficiency is definitely one of the gains we can get from digital. Other side of digital helping with emission will be decision-making capabilities, which digital is giving us. And here maybe I'll use example of intelligent formation testing. We're actually launching this solution here at ADIPEC. So what it gives a customer, first of all, you are able to visualize the data you're acquiring now together with the data you had available before. So your data immediately put into context of your environment, of your conditions, and what it gives the customer, gives him a full visibility in which conditions, in which, like say, sedimentary settings you are in now, what kind of formation you're dealing with, and what you have to adjust in your, like, say, completion strategy, or what you have to adjust in your field development plan even. So this is how far we are taking decision-making capabilities with digital. And this definitely will have an impact on way we do things, and at the same time it will help us to reduce emissions as well.
Absolutely. And you mentioned in one of your earlier answers near-field exploration. What exactly is that term, and why is it so important today?
So near-field exploration is about our customer exploring what I would call backyard. We call these reserves like sometimes stranded reserves. So it's not big enough to be commercially produced unless it's close to existing infrastructure. That's why other name of near-field exploration is ILEX, infrastructure-led exploration. So you're finding these pockets of oil, and it's easy for you to tie it into existing infrastructure, produce with less risk, it's cheaper, and it's cleaner barrels as well. So near-field exploration as like less risky investment into adding reserves is really taking traction. Today, it's about 80% of E&A activity are around ILX, different part of the world, Asia, Africa, Latin America as well. I don't think it will be reducing in terms of level of activity next couple of years. It will continue. So SLB or evaluation specifically, we are on 90% of those wells. Why? Because near-field exploration is always about measurements. Measurement is what we do best, right? So when it comes to ILX, you're making a lot of decisions based on minimum amount of information. That's why what kind of data or what type of data you acquire is very important. Because you're making decisions on what will be your completion, what will be your field development plan, and what will be your tie-in, what will be your infrastructure based on one well. I mean, exploration well is converted into producing well. So it's very challenging unless you have good quality measurement available for you, available for your decision. And decisions have to be made in a real time. So,
absolutely. And in the finding valuation is at the front end of the development cycle.
yes.
What do you see coming on the horizon for oil and gas, but also new energies?
Forecasting is normally difficult. I mean, I can tell you my perspective. First of all, we know that oil and gas will be there for the energy mix. Can't avoid this. And it puts like responsibility on our industry to decarbonize. So we have to decarbonize our sector as much as we can and still bring these barrels into the world, bring this energy into the world, but it has to be clean energy. I think this is a mission SLB and all other players have to take in the industry. In my view, the good news that everything we have to do in new energy today and tomorrow requires a lot of knowledge and expertise we have in oil and gas. I think CCS is a good example. Mm-hmm. If you look at how customers evaluating CCS evaluation it's almost the same program we do in exploration. So you need exactly the same kind of knowledge, expertise, measurement, sensors, digital, the modeling capabilities, all comes very handy for CCS. It applies to hydrogen storage, the same approach, still dealing with underground challenges. Geothermal, that's another example where like all our knowledge and expertise will be very, very useful. So all in all, I believe future is bright for industry, but it will not be easy. We have to do a lot of things to decarbonize, and we need to do a lot of things to find our place in a new energy.
Really interesting to hear all your views and insights, Rinat, and just want to thank you for coming down to the Energy Connect studio again.
Thank you, Julian.
Thanks everyone for watching, and I look forward to bringing more studio interviews from the show floor in the coming days.